it's Laynie and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, oh my goodness, thank you so very much. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button, join the fam. You will not regret it, especially if you enjoy beauty content, fragrance content, and lifestyle content. I'm really excited about the videos I have planned for you guys this year, so definitely join the fam down below. My goal is to hit 2,000 subscribers this year. I know in one of my previous videos, I got comments saying you guys want to see more about the dupe I found of the Tati Blendiful. So if you want to see me use it and hear some more, then just keep watching. So some of you may know Tati Beauty went out of business. I never picked up her Blendiful, but I was so intrigued until all the drama happened and I never picked one up. But I was definitely intrigued. I loved the idea of it, the fact that you could do basically all of your makeup with it, and the fact it was like this little handheld puff. Something about it, one, it felt like fun and kind of gave you that like makeup artist feel, but I also thought it would be really useful. So I did a little investigating and I found these dupes on Amazon. I will link it down below. You can get a 4-pack for $8, so it's like not a big splurge, and if you don't like it, it's not the end of the world. I have found I really like them. I'm going to use them for my base today to show you guys because I know you were interested in that. I will tell you, I use it mainly for setting my face at the end. I love patting in my setting spray. Like that is my go-to with it, but you can definitely use this for everything, so that's what we're going to do. I already did my eyes and eyebrows, so that is out of the way, and I did prime my skin with the Flower Beauty Celestial Supernova Celestial Priming Web. For today's look, I'm going to go in with the KVD Beauty Balm in Light 004, and I will tell you this is a little light for me right now, but once I get bronzer on, you can't tell. You can use this for liquid, powder, all of it. So I'm going right in with, I'm using the tip edge of this. I find it to be easier. And then you just smooth it onto the skin. You can kind of press it into those problem areas like around the nose, which can be a little hard to get, into the pore area. I will say I do feel like this works really well with a balm type product. I don't feel like you really lose coverage, but it is sort of like a sponge. Like the inside of it is a sponge. I don't feel like it's necessarily absorbing product, but some of it is going to kind of sit into that microfiber material, so you probably will lose a little coverage, absorb a little product. So you might have to use a little bit more than if you were like using your hands, but I definitely don't think you're going to use more than if you were using a brush, which is nice. You don't have to press hard. I'm just using a soft kind of push and then swiping motion. It sounds like my daughter just woke up from her nap, so if it sounds like there's a herd of buffalo, nope, it's just a crazy toddler. Not too big where I can still get in between my eyebrows. I can get around the brow. These are machine washable, and I will tell you, I have washed these. They wash up really nicely. I do find they kind of look a little shrunken after I dry them because I toss them in the dryer. It's just easier for me than trying to dig through my laundry to find it. I dry them. It does kind of shrink them up just a little tiny bit, but once I start using them, they kind of expand again. This one I just washed, so as you can tell, like there may be a slight little difference in size. The only thing I will tell you is if you use it a lot, this one is fresh. I haven't used anything else on it. It never gets quite as soft again once you wash them. Like the fibers just aren't nearly as soft as this, but it's not like rough or anything to where I would avoid using it. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the coverage there. I'm going to use whatever I have left on the end just to go up under the eyes before concealer. For concealer, I'm using my Truly Yours Joa Dark Circle Concealer, and I'm putting it onto the back of my hand. The sponge tip broke off, and I'm going to pick it up with that exact same corner. For concealer, I'm doing more of a dabbing than I am swiping because I really want to push it in and get some coverage. I think the first time using them, it is something you kind of have to get used to. I'm still using my brushes on the daily because again, I just find brushes so easy, and I love my Cinema Secrets cleaner, so I always know I'm getting like a really good clean with my brushes. So I'm still a brush girl, but I honestly prefer this to a beauty blender. I'm kind of past having to wet beauty sponges. Okay, so this is what my skin looks like. I feel like the product is sitting very nicely. It is a little heavy between my brows right now, so I'm going to go in with the side with no product and just kind of push it in, and I think that's because I did have some concealer down first. For this, I'm going to go in with my Infallible setting powder because this is a bit light on me, so I want to use something with a little bit more coverage. I always keep a clean rag in front of me, so I'm going to wipe off the end of my sponge, just working it back and forth on the rag, just to get a little bit of that product off because I am going to set my eyes with this as well. I'm just tapping it right on in on that corner, and then I'm pushing it again into the under eye. I do feel like powders get built up on there fairly quickly. I personally, if I was going to use this back to back, I would feel the need to either grab a new one for tomorrow or throw this one in the wash and dry it up tonight. But I do feel like it's laying down my powder quite nicely. I'm really excited to show you guys the pore area because you can push it into the pores, which is really nice if you struggle with large pores like myself. And now I'm kind of covering a bigger area. I'm kind of doing a swipe here so you guys can see I'm trying to cover more of the cheek area, and then I'm really gonna push it here. Okay, so there, like, it pushes powder in really nicely. I'm like, why have I not been doing this more? I really like how that looks. So I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Natural Face Palette, and I'm going to use the same little puff. Again, I am going to wipe off a little bit of that excess on my rag, and I'm going to go in with the matte bronzer in here. I'm going to stipple it. I personally find a brush a bit easier for this part, but I wanted to show you guys that you can use it for many steps in the whole process of creating your face. And turn it to the side that's fresh and clean, no product on it, and kind of soften and buff out that bronzer. But I definitely feel like a brush is quicker. It is amazing though how bronzer just totally changes everything. It's like bringing some life back into this face. I'm really tapping off the corner, and I'm using it to just go down the sides of my nose. And I must say, for a nose contour, if you're like me and you enjoy a very natural nose contour, it works really well for that. Now we're gonna just kind of work on this jaw area. Works really well for something like this because you can get that pressing and then pulling motion to make sure you don't have any harsh brush strokes under the jawline. It's like you don't want people to know you contoured your jaw. You just want it to look like your jaw just is like that. This is where I'm like, this could go downhill fast. You're living life on the edge. I am tapping it out because I don't want to like too much blush and look crazy because I have quite the bold eye going on today. I think that is really pretty. It's very diffused looking, but yet I can still kind of concentrate it on the areas that I want it to be. I've got it applied there. I always like to start out here because if I have a little extra product on the cheekbone, I don't mind it. It's when you get too much here that you start to look a little clownish. I think it matches. I think that did a really pretty job of applying blush. I'm using the Watermelon Facial Mist by Trader Joe's. We're getting real fancy up in here with some Trader Joe's setting spray, but I have been enjoying it. It smells really nice, like summertime. And I'll show you how I pat everything in. I am going to use a different puff applicator, whatever this is called. I think you could go in, but I'm scared to possibly get products in places I don't want them, so I'm going to go in with the one I've been using. It smells so nice. And this is what I do on the daily, every day. Even when I'm just doing simple mommy makeup, I just love a setting spray, and I just use it to push products in. Doesn't look like they're sitting on my skin. And yeah, that is how I use these Tati Beauty Blendiful Dupes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it explained them well. And let me know if you are thinking about picking these up. I would seriously love to hear from you guys. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. As always, please try to stay positive because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.